Hey guys, so I've talked a lot about Archeum conversion here in this new patch 1.7, and this is the actual Archeum workbench that you may not be familiar with. There are one in about every capital city. So we are currently in Tiger's Eye, and it is in the main section there. There's one in here. There's one up here. They are typically not in the little sub-cities. So if you want to find an Archeum workbench, check out the main capital cities or main town in each region. They'll typically have an Archeum workbench. This is what it looks like. It's got a little bit of Archeum on the table and a machine right here. The machine allows you to actually break down Archeum into the lower tier. So we have Moonlight Archeum shards here. We can take one of those shards and break it down into 4 Archeum dust. It costs 10 labor, and this will actually raise your alchemy proficiency. So a great way to raise your alchemy proficiency is to break these guys down and then combine them back up. You do lose 1 dust in the conversion rate, but Starlight Archeum is really, really cheap, and it won't cost you much to raise your alchemy proficiency pretty high, pretty fast. But now they added this new thing called Quest. Quest is a temporary, quest that allows you to convert 15 shards into 1 crystal of any kind. You can do this any which way you want. The best way to do it is Starlight Archeum shards into Sunlight Archeum crystals. That will net you the most money. So as you can see, we do not have enough Starlight Archeum shards. We have some Starlight Archeum crystals, but they do not take Starlight Archeum crystals. So what you need to do is you need to go over to the Alchemy tab, Starlight Archeum crystal, go ahead and click craft, and now you're going to break down those Starlight Archeum crystals into 4 shards. And again, while doing this, we are gaining EXP. We are also raising our alchemy proficiency, as you can see here. So alchemy plus 10. This is a great way to raise alchemy proficiency. So we've gone ahead and got enough. We've got 34 of those. I'm going to go back, and now we're going to go into the menu. And you can see we have the choice of turning those 34 into 2 Moonlight Archeum crystals or 2 Sunlight Archeum crystals. We're here looking to make money, guys. So we are going to turn that into Sunlight Archeum crystals because they are the most valuable. They are the ones that sell for the best, and that will make us the most money. There we end up getting 2 Sunlight Archeum crystals. We already had a couple in our bag here. Now if you go down here, you'll notice there's a convenience item for patrons. You can click on that and open up the auction house from anywhere. So we can see how much the Sunlight Archeum crystal is selling for. Currently it's selling for around 13 gold on this auction house, but you also want to check because Starlight Archeum crystals can be converted like this. A lot of people are doing it to make easy, fast money. You want to check the Starlight Archeum shards or Sunlight Archeum shards. Those guys might actually be worth more than the crystals on your auction house cluster. So the crystal is only worth around 13 gold. The shards are worth 3 gold and 80. So the shards are actually currently worth a lot more. Break down a crystal, you get 4 shards, just like we did the Starlight. So we're going to break that down. Break that down into 4. Go ahead and craft a couple. And now we are going to go and put them into smaller bunches. You always want to sell items on the auction house clusters in small bunches. No one wants to buy 50 Archeum shards. No one wants to buy 500 Archeum shards at once. They want to buy small bunches so they can craft. The only reason they'd want to buy a large quantity is if you're giving them a huge, massive discount and they are insanely cheap. It doesn't mean that the large quantities won't sell, but smaller quantities like this will definitely sell a lot quicker. We'll go ahead and now take a look. We're going to go ahead and put them up at 367 because that just came in on my keypad. We don't even need to bother with listing them for 24 hours because they're going to sell. but typically you do want to list them for 24 hours to give more time to sell.